Shame that tune!
Let's bring up our second contestant. He filled in for us at the very last minute, so we're very grateful that he's here tonight. So give a warm Streets and Sanitation District welcome to Mr. Danny Maupin. Okay, Danny, give that wheel a spin first.
Why am I doing this?
That's okay. It's unraveled. Now we're good. Okay. Okay, what are we gonna hear, guys? You want to know. Okay, as you have. Okay, Danny, you have 3 minutes to shame. On your mark, get set, shame.
Okay, I did fill in last minute. I gladly went ahead and told my wife, hey, Valentine's Day will be later for this. So, if I am a married man, I don't know if anybody else is married, but this story takes place on the day I got engaged. Already a wow. Fantastic. So I'm the type of person that where like I don't really plan a lot, I guess. You know what I mean? I just kind of wake up and let life happen to me. And that's exactly how my engagement went. Like I set a date on the calendar. I will be engaged to this woman by this date, and the date showed up, and I had to do something. It was like a really shitty situation. Like for instance, like I decided on a whim, let's take her on a picnic, right? And like most people that like want to take somebody on a picnic on the day they get engaged would like get a nice rug or something like that to put out on the grass. I took the comforter from our bed. Oh, do we sweep on this every night? Let's just put it on the bare ground. You know? So that's like number one. And then in a scramble, I was like, oh, a picnic's not a picnic unless there's technically food, right? So I picked up sushi from a supermarket. That's right, you're not even my wife. Nothing says forever like sushi with a born-on date, right? You know, expires tomorrow. And so I got that, and of course got to have something to drink, right? Got some Arbor Mist for me lady. Just straight sugar wine on our comforter. And I brought our dog too, so we could maybe see it poop. Well, right? And I also have to mention right now that we got engaged on August 29th, which for some of you, you may know this, but most of you probably don't, is also Michael Jackson's birthday. Great, yeah. The crazy thing about that is that like we get at this picnic in the park, and occasionally you just hear cars driving by playing snippets of Michael Jackson songs as I'm having a beautiful engagement picnic with my wife, right? And so we're there, and we're at this park, and I end up asking her the question, and the important part is that she says yes, right? She ended up saying yes, so I was very excited by that. And then what I pulled out next was a knife, which is pretty weird, right? But the reason why I had a knife with me is because I decided, because we were getting engaged at like our favorite park in our hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to carve our initials in the nearby tree, so put some permanency on the relationship, right? Like it's going to be our tree. We'll always have this to come back and look at, right? Well, I'm not like a woodworker or anything, so I screwed that up a lot too. But while I did it, I finished it, and I was sweaty and everything. And I like looked down at my future wife, and she lets out this, I'm safe now, nothing's ever going to happen, fart. Like out of her butt. You know what I mean? Like a real fart. Like at this point we've been living together already. I've heard her fart before. This was like a different type of fart. This was like she'd been putting a piece of every failed relationship up until then into that fart. Like walking around, who's gonna ask? Who's gonna ask? Just like stuffing it in there. She let it go. Is what happened. It was like a Vivaldi song. It had 3 different movements. The first one was like somebody letting all the air out of a balloon, you know, like real squeaky, like. That's when I thought, oh, something's happening. Right? And then what was next was like the rumble farts, you know, just like a, just the gross, just blitzkrieg of flatulence. That is my future wife having right before me. And then the last one is a sound I'd never heard before. It was like a bird's last song. She's like. And as soon as the fart ended, with a little, you know, little exclamation point, I swear to God, a car rolls by my, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I look down at my future wife and she just says, it's too late now. We've been married almost a year, so that's my story.
Maupin, everybody. Maupin. Let's have a seat. Okay.